Jacqueline Smith, known as Miss Jackie O, a former cast member of the TV show WildNOut and social media influencer with 1 million followers on Instagram. Smith was just 32 years old, a mother to 3 young children who she shared with longtime partner, WildNOut star DC Young Fly. She had reportedly traveled to Miami for cosmetic surgery procedures, often referred to as a mommy makeover. According to a Miami police report, it was just before 10 o'clock Wednesday night when Miami Fire Rescue responded to this hotel on Southwest 1st Avenue near downtown Miami after getting a call about an unresponsive woman. Crews took her to Mercy Hospital, where despite trying to resuscitate her, she was pronounced dead. Police tell us they and the medical examiner's office are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death, and the case is in its preliminary stages. WildNOut released a statement which read in part, Jackie O was a loving friend and beloved colleague of the WildNOut cast. More importantly, she was a tremendous mother to 3 beautiful children.
Plastic surgery. If done right, it could be a fountain of youth. But if done wrong, then you could end up looking completely disfigured. The 7 people in this video learned this lesson firsthand, as some hired bad surgeons while others let their obsession go a bit too far. Number 7. Hang Miyoku. Miyoku was a beautiful South Korean model who fell victim to a dark obsession. In the search for the perfect standard of beauty, she underwent her first procedure at the age of 28 and quickly became addicted to having smoother, softer skin. This addiction led her to getting countless procedures done more frequently, to the point where doctors refused to do any more plastic surgeries on her. So she ended up taking matters into her own hands, buying an entire bottle of silicone off the black market and administering it to her face by herself. And once that bottle was finished, she made a mistake that she would regret for the rest of her life. Miyoku was so desperate for more that she injected cooking oil into her face as a substitute for the silicone. This stupid action caused her face to start swelling up and becoming disfigured, and it was so bad that her parents couldn't even recognize her anymore. Later on, she underwent a number of corrective surgeries, and despite being able to remove 60 grams of silicone from her face and 200 grams from her neck, the damages were so severe that they're now irreversible, and she has to live with her new look forever. Number 6. Amanda Lepore. Born a man and now a female, Amanda has had cosmetic alterations on almost every part of her body. Her addiction to plastic surgery and achieving the perfect look has made her unrecognizable from when she started. She's had a nose job, lip injections, forehead lift, Botox, fillers, her hairline lowered, and so much more. However, the most shocking of these procedures was having her bottom ribs broken in order to achieve a smaller looking waist. Her body is her life's work, and her inspiration comes from 3 people: Jean Harlow, Marilyn Monroe, and Jessica Rabbit. Number 5. Jocelyn Wildenstein, aka Catwoman. Jocelyn is no stranger to enhancements. In fact, over the past few decades, she's pumped millions of dollars into cosmetic surgery. This obsession began out of fear that her former husband, Alec Wildenstein, was gonna leave her. So, in order to win his heart, Jocelyn underwent extensive procedures to look more like a cat, something her husband loved dearly. Her procedures include brow lifts, facelifts, lip injections, chin augmentations, fat grafting, cheek implants, and much more. But it didn't stop there, cause she underwent something called canthopexy, a procedure that elevates the eyes to give a more cat-like appearance. However, all the surgeries in the world didn't save her marriage, because a few years later, the couple ended up getting a divorce. She gained a $2.5 billion settlement for her separation, and this massive earning made her cosmetic obsession go out of control. Number 4. Pete Burns. Pete was once a famous singer for the British band Dead or Alive. However, he was also heavily addicted to plastic surgery. This obsession caused him to spend most of his life savings on altering his body completely. His first procedure was for his broken nose from earlier in his life. It was at that point where he knew he was gonna be a visual entity. Over the many years, he's had every sort of enhancement you could possibly think of. However, a few botched procedures and repeatedly altering his face resulted in infections, which caused a cycle of more corrective surgeries. And though he's admitted that his face could fall off one day, he had no plans on stopping and continued to get more work done until he finally passed away. Number 3. Jacky Stallone. This last name might sound familiar to a lot of you, and that's because Jacky happens to be the mother of famous actor Sylvester Stallone. At the age of 91, she opened up about her plastic surgery regrets. In an attempt to slow down her aging to remain young and beautiful, she went through an extensive amount of procedures. Jacky's pretty much done it all, from brow lifts, lifts to cheek implants to lip enhancements, nose jobs, and a botched facelift. She stated that even though she looks good for her age compared to other 90-year-olds in nursing homes, she does admit her obsession for plastic surgery has gone too far, to the point that she now looks like a chipmunk with a mouthful of nuts. Number 2. Fovia Pellegrino. Fovia is on the quest for the perfect face and body. However, perfection is in the eye of the beholder, and sometimes seeking it to an extreme extent can cause you to drift away from it. As early as 15 years old, she felt trapped in her body and knew she wasn't happy with her looks and who she was. But after getting married to her wife Marissa, she made the decision of finally doing what she's always wanted. Over a decade later and upwards of $87,000, Fovia has undergone a ton of surgeries. These procedures include 2 rounds of liposuction, 4 breast implants, and over 150 cheekbone and lip fillers. But she says she's still not happy with how she looks and she's not gonna stop anytime soon. Number 1. Sahar Tabar. Sahar is an Iranian Instagrammer who rose to popularity after going viral for her unique looks. She had 2 obsessions, Angelina Jolie and plastic surgery. So she ended up combining both of them and underwent over 50 procedures to turn herself into her idol. However, people were noticing that after every one of her surgeries, she started looking more and more like a zombie, something similar to the corpse bride. And the strangest thing was that she didn't even notice that at all, leading her fans to believe that Sahar had a mental illness. When her story started circulating around the world, she came out with the truth. Everything she had claimed, from her surgeries to her look, all the way down to her name, was a lie. Now, I'm gonna leave it with a little cliffhanger here, cause there's a lot more dark details in Sahar's story that would take too much time to explain in this video.